mask. These are one of the newly released masks from Freeman. I think that they used to be Freeman Feeling Beautiful, but now all of their stuff just says Freeman on it. And this is one of the masks that was released, I believe, in March. They definitely got released this year. I will correct it somewhere if I remember if it wasn't March that they got released. And a lot of them are doing this dual thing where it's like a 2-in-1. They're meant to be used congruent with each other. And I did review the day and night mask already, so I will link that above and below if you want to check that out. That one, spoiler alert, wasn't a fan. Spoiler alert for this one, I really like this one. So if you're wondering about the binder clip, the Hot Sides mask, which is the pore care mask, is very liquidy and it kept spilling out everywhere. So I probably lost about half a face, not realizing it. Not really, it's probably more like a chin, but it was still pouring out. So you're definitely going to need to keep this upright or have a clip for it so that that end doesn't leak out. Did not have that problem with the cold side. And if you haven't heard these skincare things of hot and cold, hot things are for opening your pores so that the stuff can come out and get cleared, and then cold helps tighten things back up and helps keep things taut and keep stuff from getting in the first place. And there's a Norwegian, I believe it's Norwegian, kind of ice bath thing where you go from cold to hot, and it's supposed to help with skincare and rejuvenation and be good for your cells. And there's a whole fancy mask that I will try to find a link to as well. That's called like the cold plunge mask. That's more of a high-end mask. For $2.50, you can get this bad boy right here. And we're just going to go through. This is not a first impressions. This is a mask that I've used repeatedly. So this is something that I know what I'm doing with. Now, both of these masks, this has been a kind of a new thing that has been happening with the masks. They want you to apply these masks with, of course, it's always a clean face, but they also want you with them to use them wet a lot of times. That's what I've really noticed is a new thing where they want your skin to be a little damp before you put it on there. I don't know if that helps with spreading or if that's just the way the formula is, but we're going to start with the hot mask for today, and then obviously I'm going to have to film this over a couple days, and then I'll use the cold mask. But for right now, we're going to go with the hot mask. As I said, this is a little liquidy, and actually, before I get into that, let me put my hair into these things. About the glasses, I am trying to give my eyes a break from my contacts. Not something I normally do, but I think they will be behooved from that. And so this is the pore care heating mask. So as I said, the theory behind that is when you have a pore, it kind of starts like this, and then when stuff gets in it, it expands, and then you end up with gunk and blackheads and things of that nature. Masks open those up and pull that stuff out, and then you can retighten your pores. And warm stuff helps with opening of the pores, and then the mask part pulls it out. So we're going to go in with this. Now, I am a person, I'm an adult who has active acne. It's pretty easy to see because I don't stop touching it. Part of the problem, that's my bad. But we're going to go in with this. And it is this pink fool. So now that I have my face damp like I'm supposed to do, I'm sitting here demonstrating it, and I just got distracted with talking. But as I said, it is this watermelon color, and you can immediately feel it be warm. It goes immediately to a hot sensation. You can definitely feel the warming. It's not a build to warm. So the same thing happens with like Max Volcanic Ash. And then Freeman has another mask called the Charcoal Pore Dual Mask, which I have, the Sugar Scrub Mask, which I have done a review of before. I might need to do an updated one. Now the problem right now is there's a mirror right behind me, but I'm blind and I can't see at this exact moment. But I think that's pretty well spread. I might just get a little more just to make sure around this part of my face and stuff. As I said, you're supposed to kind of rub it around. Now, this mask also says to rub it around for about a minute. So you're gonna go 60 seconds going in circular directions around your face. I'm sure I look silly while I do this, but it's supposed to activate it. Now, once you get that initial warming sensation, it goes right to cool. So if you're worried about having to maintain a heating, it doesn't continuously get hotter and hotter. It's not that. It's as soon as you put it on, it immediately gives you this rush of warmth. Not hot. It is a little bit more where I have active acne. It does have a little bit of a sting, but nothing completely intolerable or anything like that. So I'm just going to keep doing this, and then you let your mask sit for 2 to 3 minutes. So this is a much shorter, more quick. Here we are at about the 2-minute mark. You do get a little bit of a resurgence of heat, but it's just a slight warming tingle, nothing intense, and it dissipates. And then as you can see, it's not super opaque. It's kind of a thin layer that it kind of goes to. This is a more of a gel cream mask. Both of these are gel cream masks. They're not clay masks. Just so you know, if I didn't make that clear, I apologize. So this is what we're looking at. I'm going to go ahead and get a cloth and we'll wash. I might have said 2 to 3 minutes. I meant 3 to 5 minutes for the mask to set. Just so you know, I apologize for that. But we're going to rinse off with warm water. It does say warm water, not lukewarm or cool. And the only warmth you're going to feel here is the warmth of the water. You're not really going to get a reheating pad. It's not going to feel that hot. And I think that does a really nice job of, it doesn't cause a lot of excess redness. As you can see, my active spots are not being out of control or any more red. We're not having any of those kind of problems. And I really like this mask in the sense that it doesn't get stuck in my eyebrows. I can just wipe it off normally. I can wipe everything off normally and I don't have to do any kind of tugging. But yeah, there we go. And then of course the classic, you know, clean towel, pat dry. I'm sure there's a science that you're not supposed to wipe because of irritation or something. I don't really understand the pat down, but I do it. I don't want to mess anything up. Where are my glasses? Okay. So yeah, there we go. I do think I know I don't have a great quality camera or anything, but it does seem like it does a nice job of making my pores seem a little bit smaller, and everything just looks smooth and nice. I've always been a big fan of Freeman's beauty line and masks. There have been a handful that I've been like, I can pass on, but this is not one of them. I really like that. I wish the warming sensation for me lasted a little longer or maintained a little longer, but I do enjoy what we have right now going on, and I will see you for the next one, which is going to be tomorrow for this. I don't know why I said it like that. We're doing it in 2 videos. So I will see you for, and welcome back. It is the next day. Please ignore that my face is red. I just finished using my trophy skin thingy. I will have a review and demo of it, and I'll link it and do that fancy stuff. Anyway, today we are going to be using the cold side of the Freeman's new hot and cold mask. And just like with the other one, I have used it before. And now this, if you've seen my review or where I mentioned this thing, the Freeman hydrating gel cream mask, the anti-pollution one, and the night mask, I'll link those things below. But this is a very similar texture to that. It's a clear with a little tinge of blue, you know, trying to stick to the color things. And normally when things are gel cream or whatnot, I'm really not a fan. Now this one, you do not need to have damp skin. It just needs to be clean, unlike the other side. And you leave this one on for 10 minutes and then clean it off. Now, as you can see, once you put it on, the color dissipates. It's only really visible when it's together in a little clump like this. It doesn't stay blue on your face. but it has it doesn't smell like spearmint. It has sort of that, it smells like mint, but I don't really know how to, because it doesn't smell like peppermint, but it doesn't smell like spearmint. It doesn't smell like classic Wrigley's, but it does have a sweet mint kind of a thing. The light blue Trident is what immediately comes to my mind. If you've ever had the light blue Trident mint, it smells like that gum immediately when it comes to mind. And you want to spread this evenly on your face and neck. And like I said, you leave this on for 10 minutes, which makes it a much better mask automatically than this one. Any mask that says it's a gel cream mask that you don't have to rinse off, I don't understand the mask aspect of that. But with this one, you leave it on for 10 minutes and then you rinse off, and there is a light cooling sensation. There is not a strong tingle except in the areas where you might have, again, some active acne spots that are a little more sensitive. If you have a lot more sensitive skin, then this is going to be a little bit more of a tingle, but it's a very light cooling sensation. It does feel cooling, but it's not going to freeze you to death, and it doesn't have an intense tingle that makes your face itch or tickle. It's just a very light sensation. And unlike the warming mask that once you put it on immediately you get that sensation, then it goes away, this actually maintains a light sensation for most of the time that you're wearing it. So I'm going to be leaving this on. Like I said, it's one of those things that it just kind of gives your skin a little bit of a glisten while you have it on. So if you were to like answer the door or something, you're not going to scare the paper boy or whatever. Do we have paper boys? Is that still a thing? I'm revealing an age here. But we are going to be leaving this on for 10 minutes. Okay, I have to return. And as I said, for most of the time, the cooling tingle did stay. The last few minutes, it really dissipates. But I think that's because it's dried out and everything, so it's no longer active. And I think that's a good indicator of when your 10 minutes is up. If you're not a person who puts a timer on, you just kind of start doing your life. So I have a cloth of warm water to start taking this off. And this is amazing. I absolutely love this. I really enjoy the hot side, the heating mask, but I love this side. And just because of how they have this packaging of the half and half, I'm not sure if they'll ever release them as full things of their own. I'm not really sure how you could do that. I guess you could stick a plastic tab kind of down the middle of a tube, but I don't think that's practical or cost efficient in any way, shape, or form. But anyway, I love the cold side because it is truly, this is the hydrating cooling mask. And unlike the night cooling mask or hydrating mask or the glacier water and peony hydrating cream mask, this one is actually hydrating, and it stays hydrated. Your skin stays hydrated for a really long time, and I actually really love how it feels. Pat dry. Still don't understand it. Still don't understand the pat dry. But my skin feels so soft. And again, I'm not sure if my camera can pick it up, but my skin is glowing. It feels a lot more revitalized. It's a lot brighter, and all the benefits of having hydrated skin. It's plumper. Areas where I have fine lines, the lines are reduced. The lines on my forehead have gone down. Everything just looks more plump, more full because of the hydration and the moisturization. And I used this when I used it the first time. I didn't put any makeup or anything on after, and my skin stayed feeling like you just put moisturizer on for hours. The softness, that satin feel that your skin gets when you put on a good moisturizer and something's doing something for your skin, you can feel it being plumped. You can feel that moisturization, and when you touch your skin, even the areas where I have the active acne, still very smooth. There's only that slight bit of texture from where you have your bumps. I don't know how to describe that, but my skin does feel a lot better, and I really love, I feel like I do not need an extra step. If I had an SPF, that's probably all I would need. And this is a good morning one if you want. Both of these are good morning ones. This one for the speed, and this one because it gives you this nice cooling sensation. In the summer you have that when you don't want to cake your face up with a bunch of heaviness during the summertime. This is a nice thing, and it feels so very smoothing and just wonderful. You get all of the hydration, all of the moisturization that you would want, but you don't feel like you need any added steps. I'm going to put on a little bit of this stuff. This is some rose hip oil after I get done with this video. But other than that, and I'm just going to put that in some areas like my forehead where I tend to get a little more dry, but my face really does feel just so nice. And I highly recommend this for the truly moisturizing and hydration. If you have some dry, really thirsty skin, your skin needs to be quenched, this will do that for your skin. I have combination to dry skin, mostly erring on the side of dry, and it feels so good. My skin feels wonderful. I feel clean. My pores are reduced because when you have that cooling sensation, it tightens your skin up a bit, but it's not tight as in you don't feel like old paper mache or something like that. You feel this nice hydration. It's wonderful. It's great. And I definitely will repurchase this. And as I said, I wish they would release this one in the full size because I would get it just for that purpose. I think that it would be great both in the summertime and the wintertime for hydration, not needing to add all those extra steps. But I will see you all later, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want any more mask reviews, please let me know about them. The next one coming up, I have to wait until they come in because I had to order them online, are the Freeman body masks. So I'm waiting on the new ones to come so that I can give a review of those, and I will see you in the next video.